Hey everybody, so today's lesson, and from Friday and Fridays now on, we are going to do a cooking show. So if you guys didn't know, besides Mr. Schultz loving comic books and loving sports, I'm actually a really good cook and I love cooking. So today we're actually going to make a dessert. We're going to make my famous butterscotch and chocolate chip cookies. So this is going to be a two-part video. Today we'll make the dough, and then tomorrow we'll bake the cookies. So we'll have both of these links because I'm actually filming this on Tuesday, but you won't get it till Friday. So it is a 2-day process. I'm going to kind of go through it.
Yep.
And then I'll also send over the recipe on Google Classroom as well. My assistant's going to help me. Want to say hi?
Hi.
This is my son Henry. He's going to help me out today. So before we start, the first thing you should do, let me get my video here. First thing you should do is wash your hands. If we're going to be messing with food, you should be washing your hands. So we're going to wash our hands. Henry's going to come over too. Okay, we're going to wash our hands.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. So, when I make my butterscotch and chocolate chip cookies, if you're not a butterscotch fan, that's fine. You can go ahead and make 2 things of chocolate chips. You can put something else in there. Just butterscotch is one of my favorite things. All right, there you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so now first we're going to kind of look at what ingredients you need. All right, so here are the ingredients you need. You need 2.5 sticks of butter. Okay, 2.5 sticks of butter. Measuring
I
cups.
see you. Water.
Okay. You need a 4th cup.
Yep. And then we need this.
Yep, that's vanilla, not yet.
Vanilla,
Buddy.
and then we need the eggs, and they pour, then they crack.
Yes, you're right.
Go.
Buddy. Yep, hold on, buddy.
And then,
Okay.
then we have this thing, and this thing, and then this thing, and then we stir it, and then we do these things, and then we do these things.
All right, so Henry's getting a little ahead of us, but we have measuring cups. You need measuring spoons, okay? You'll need sugar.
Yeah.
You'll need brown sugar. As Henry already said, we need 2 eggs, okay?
Yeah.
You need vanilla, okay? You also need baking powder, and all of this is going to be in the Google Docs, so if you're trying to write all this down, don't. I have the recipe for you guys. Baking soda, flour, and that all will go into a big bowl, so you need 1 big bowl as well. Some salt, and then of course your chocolate chips and your butterscotch chips.
Yeah,
and again, if you want to do 2 bags
Yeah.
of chocolate chip, that's fine.
Okay.
That will work too. Alright,
That
so
works too.
first,
First,
we're going to come over to my mixer,
I'm
okay?
gonna come over to my mixer.
Alright. So, I have a KitchenAid mixer. If you do not have a mixer at home, that's okay. You do not necessarily need a mixer. You can use it by hand. It's a little harder, but you can obviously use it by hand, okay? So, first we are going to put our sticks of butter. Taking the butter out, okay? Putting our sticks of butter in our bowl, okay?
Look, I'm doing it.
I know, good job.
I'm doing it.
I'm just helping you out, buddy.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, it's kind of sticky. Okay. I like to keep my butter out for a couple hours.
Can I eat some of it?
No butter. You can drop it in there though.
I'll eat.
No, thank you. Drop it
Can
in.
I eat some of it?
Nah.
Can
Okay.
I eat some of it?
So I like to keep my butter out for a little while. it gets it a little soft and it's a little easier to work with, okay? Alright, so next we're going to have a cup and 3/4.
Where's my
A
popcorn?
cup and 3/4
Where's my popcorn?
of brown sugar,
Where's my
okay?
popcorn?
I'll get it for you in a minute.
Uh-oh. It's right there.
Okay? You're going to do a cup and 3/4 of brown sugar, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you really want to pack it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And parents, I apologize, but this is pretty messy.
Parents are just kind of messy.
Yep. Look up.
No, I'll do it.
You can.
This is kind of messy, parents. Uh-oh.
It's okay.
This is kind of messy.
Alright,
parents.
so as you can see, when you do this, you need to pack it down real tight, okay? So push it down real tight so it's nice and packed, okay?
No, I'm not doing it.
There's one cup. You can do the next one. Okay? And then we need a 3/4 cup, okay? And it looks like Mr. Schultz is going to have just enough brown sugar.
Me too. Oh, hello. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Okay?
I'll do it.
So again, pack it down. Go ahead and put it in. Good. Okay. Then
Then
we are going to take,
we have to wash our hands after.
when we're all done, yeah. Okay? Then we're going to take our sugar.
Kids, you have to wash your hands after you do all the baking stuff.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Okay?
You have to wash your hands after we do the baking stuff.
Now we're going to take 1/4 cup of sugar.
With sugar?
And we're going to dump that in.
I'm doing something.
Go ahead.
I'm
Okay.
doing something.
And actually it was a little short, so I'm going to put a little extra.
I want to do something.
Okay?
I want to do it.
You're fine. Alright, so now we're going to mix.
I want to do something.
Okay? Hey.
Please?
Okay? So now we're going to mix. Alright, now we're going to mix it up. And this is going to take about 4 minutes to mix. Now, I will also tell you at this step,
Uh-oh.
if you hadn't made a mess yet, you're going to. Okay? So you're going to turn, if you have a KitchenMaid or an electric mixer, you're going to turn it up to medium. Okay? Alright? And as you can see, some is going to fly out. Okay? Now parents, I would do this as it starts to form into that dough, push it down. Okay? So, while that's going on, we're going to do that for 4 minutes.
Ah!
It's alright, buddy. We're going to do that for 4 minutes. So let that mix for 4 minutes.
Yes. For 4 minutes.
Oh.
Look.
So, for 4 minutes, you let that mix. We're going to come over here to the kitchen table and we're going to get our flour mixture mixed up.
Yeah.
Alright?
Flour.
Okay.
And flour.
Okay, so, first,
It's this bowl. And
Nope,
take
nope.
it over
we're
here.
going to do it right here, buddy.
Oh.
Okay? We're going to do 2 3/4 of flour. Okay? We're going to do 2 3/4 of flour. So, I'm going to do my 3/4 first.
I can't see anything.
Okay, I'm going to do my 3/4 first. Not yet, buddy.
No, I'm going to do it too.
Okay? So, we're going to do my 3/4 first. Okay, not yet though. Okay, and then we're going to dump it in. You want to help me? Go ahead and dump.
I'll do the other one.
Okay,
I'll do the other one.
so then
What?
we are going to do another cup.
I'm holding on.
Okay, we're going to do our cup. Okay?
I'll do the next one. And I'll do the next one.
Yep.
You can't do it, okay?
That's fine. All right.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yep, go ahead. There's one.
Then we're doing the other one.
Miss Schultz is going to make sure. And then we're going to do one more. Okay?
I'll do it.
And kind of keep an eye on your dough,
I'll do this.
buddy.
I'll do this one.
You can. Okay? So there's 2 3/4 of flour. Okay?
That's then we mix it.
Yep, in 1 second. So now we're going to take our measuring spoons. Okay? We're going to take our measuring spoons. And you're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Go ahead. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
I'll do it.
Oh, go ahead. Alright, and then, as Henry has been so excited to do, we're going to mix it up. So go ahead and take a wood spoon,
Yay!
and you're going to mix it up.
Mix it.
Okay?
And then
Alright, you're going to put this bowl off to the side because you're not going to need it yet. So I'm going to look back at my dough. Okay? And as it's getting up to the sides, I'm going to take my spoon. Get your finger out of the way. Back up a little bit. Okay? I'm going to take my spoon. I'm just going to push it down a little bit. Okay? Make sure it's all getting mixed up. Okay? And as Mr. Schultz likes to do. Delicious. Okay? Got about 20 seconds. So like I said, this will give us about, I didn't say this, but this will give us about 30 cookies. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so now I'm going to turn it off.
Yep.
And now I'm going to crack my egg.
I actually cracked it.
Okay? You're going to do 1 egg at a time. Let it blend up. Yep.
I'll do it. Sorry.
Okay? Oh, boy.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Alright? That's alright, buddy. We're going to do 1 egg at a time, okay? And you're going to keep it on medium. It's okay. It's okay, go sit in the chair. Okay? So again,
What are we going to do?
we'll just clean it up, but it's alright. I have another egg. Okay? Alright, I'm going to push it down, get all that dough mixed up. Keep your hand out. Okay? Push all that dough down. Oh, you like it? Okay? Then, I'm going to crack my other egg.
I do one.
And I'm going to put that in there. Now, you already cracked one.
Sorry.
Alright, buddy. Okay? And as you can see, Henry likes to eat the dough. So, it should make about, like I said, it should make about 30 cookies. But if you're like us, you eat half the dough before that happens. Alright. So now, I'm going to get my vanilla. Okay? You're going to get my vanilla. It doesn't matter what kind. Stop. Okay? And I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla
I
in.
do it.
Man, help me. There's 1. And there's 2. Okay? And I'm going to keep that on. Okay? Okay, enough. Thanks. I know you did.
I had pieces of butter on here. Delicious.
Alright. Now, this is the part that you really need to be careful at. You cannot add too much flour in at once. Okay? We're going to slow this down to the slowest level. And again, if you're doing this by hand, you're probably pretty tired by now. But I'm going to slowly mix in my flour. Okay, I usually don't let Henry do this part because it can break your electric mixer if you do it too fast, okay? So, I'm going to take the camera over here. You can see that the dough is starting to harden a little bit, okay? But you want to make sure, and we will, buddy. Okay, you want to make sure that you don't pour it in too fast or that dough will get too hard and it will actually break your mixer. I've never broken my mixer, but I have gotten close.
Daddy.
Okay? Alright, I'm going to put a little more in.
You should get the snowman for me. You should get the snowman for me.
Alright, buddy. Okay?
You should give me some snowman for me.
Now, like I said, you can see my kitchen is an absolute mess. That's what happens when you try and do this with a 5-year-old. But even with doing it with yourselves, it's going to be messy. Kids, please do not do this without your parents. You need to have your parents there to do it because there are some steps that you can get hurt if you're messing around. Okay? Alright, so again, little by little, I'm putting the flour in. And if you want to, you can fast forward till I get to the end of the flour part.
You should get the snowman for me. You should get the snowman for me. Huh?
Okay, put more flour in. Let it mix up. Parents, again, you may want to push the dough down. Okay, just making sure it's all getting mixed in.
Delicious.
Okay, so all the flour is gone. Now comes the fun part. After the flour gets mixed in here, probably Henry's favorite part, is we get to mix all the chips in. Okay? Okay? So, once it looks like all the flour is gone, which you can pretty much tell, just make sure it's off the sides, off the top of your mixer. Okay? After you do that, okay? Here we go. Alright, so now I'll show you guys what it's going to look like. And as you can see, my son loves, that's why we wash our hands. Okay? Back up, bud. Okay, so that's what the dough should look like. So now, I'm going to lift it up. And I'm going to push all that dough that's stuck on there, unless my son eats it all. Okay? But I'm going to push all this dough down. Okay, I'm going to get that back into the bowl. Okay? This is that time, parents, when you can let your kids, if you want them to, they can have a little taste of the dough. Okay?
Dad, you can get them. They can go.
Okay? Henry's approval. Okay? Now, I will tell you that Mrs. Kreitz and Mr. Kaufman have both tasted these cookies, and they both, I believe, have liked them. At least they said they have. All right. Okay. As Henry's helping me get some of the dough off. Okay, one more lick. There we go. Okay. So now is when we get our hands dirty. Okay. We are going to put a cup. And again, I'm using chocolate chips and butterscotch. If you want to use 2 chocolate chips, then it's 2 cups of chocolate chips. But I'm going to do 1 cup of chocolate chips.
No, 2 of chocolate chips.
Okay.
Oh, I want one.
Yeah, you can have one. Okay. 1 cup of chocolate chip. And then we do 1 cup of butterscotch chips. Okay. All of which can be found at your local supermarket. Okay. All right. So now, gotta get our hands dirty. This is why we washed our hands. So you're gonna stick your hands in, and you're gonna mix up all the dough, all of the chocolate chips. Okay.
I don't have to wash my hands.
Okay, we're gonna mix it all up.
I don't have to wash my hands.
And then, after we mix it all up, okay, as you can see, really messy. I'll wash my hands real quick.
I don't have to.
Oh, you're good, bud.
I'm eating the dough.
Hey, no more. Okay, I'll show you a little video. I'll take the camera over to it. Okay, so that's what your dough should look like. Okay, this is where we kind of take a pause because this is what makes this a little different. Usually after we make it, you stick it in the oven. Well, with this recipe, you actually let it sit in your fridge overnight. Okay? So I just use aluminum foil. Cover it up. Okay? And then I stick it in my fridge for at least overnight. If you want to go longer, that's fine. But it should go in your fridge for at least overnight. So that was part 1. And I'll show you the aftermath. So if you do this with little ones, this is what's probably going to happen. But we had some fun. Click on the second link for YouTube, and that will give you the second video in the second part actually baking the cookies, because there is a process that you need to go through as far as how big they are, how long it is, what they should look like. So we will check in tomorrow, and have a good rest of your day.